Hello, this is Angelia, and I'm here with today's wisdom. Today's wisdom comes from Daily Hindu Wisdom. To those steadfast in love and devotion, I give spiritual wisdom, so that they may come to me. Out of compassion, I destroy the darkness of their ignorance. From within them, I light the lamp of wisdom and dispel all darkness from their lives. And that's true. People who are steadfast and devoted to the Lord do get spiritual wisdom. It's not something you just go and look for and gain. The Lord gives it to you. He shows you things. He gives you little God winks. And, the only way to get spiritual wisdom is to spend time with God, and He will impart that to you. And when He does that, you come closer to Him. You want to be closer to Him. Once you start to see what He can do in your life, and not just for you. I don't like the nouveau Christian idea that God's going to make you rich, because He doesn't do that for everyone. And in fact, I have an opinion that maybe there are very few people He does that for. There are people who, do things to make themselves rich, and the world delights in that. I don't subscribe to that particular thing. God is compassionate to us, or otherwise He'd just leave us in our own stew to, simmer. But He does take the darkness of our ignorance away. The more you study His Word, the more you learn about Jesus as our example, the more you realize that a lot of the conventional wisdom going around is ignorance. People just saying stuff that they think or that they were brought up with, and if you test that metal and you put it to the litmus test of WWJD, it does not hold up. So, the Lord will take that ignorance away from you if you spend enough time with Him. And He lights the lamp of wisdom, because, that's one of the best things you can pray for. He was so impressed when Solomon prayed for wisdom. It's like, I don't know, Lord, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to be a king. Give me some wisdom. Because most people would have asked for riches, money, fame, the person they want in their life, but he wanted to have some wisdom. He knew that he did not know how to do it, and he needed some help. And that's a humble person right there, because most people think they know everything and they know how to do everything, and whenever anyone tells me how much they know, then I start wondering where they got their information from, if they're not studied or well versed in things. And He will drive all darkness from your life. That's what He does. People who have a lot of darkness in their life and fear of darkness in their life, it's because they don't have that relationship with God, and God is not in their life like He needs to be. I'm going to use an example from the other night. There were people at a company dinner that we went to, my husband's work. And these people, who all described themselves as good Christian people, were praying over their food. That's all good and well, but my husband had a heart attack on their shop floor, collapsed on the floor. Did anyone come to help him? No, they did not. When he finally, the chest let up enough where he could breathe and everything, and stumbled to the parts department and told them, I think I'm having a heart attack. I can't breathe. The woman in the parts department said, I don't know what to do for you, Ken. Do you want me to call an ambulance? And, he was worried maybe that our insurance didn't cover that, which I told him that wouldn't have mattered. We could afford an ambulance, to get you to the hospital, keep you from dying. And then the guy in charge walks through and says, well, sorry, we can't control the weather, and laughed about it. Because in their shop, they had Cool Mist fans, the previous owner had. But as soon as these new owners came in, they moved them out. Previous owner, once it got to over 90 degrees, used to bring in a cooler of ice with water in it to keep these guys cool. So my husband ended up leaving work and driving under his own power out, and I ended up taking him to immediate care, and they said, yeah, you've had a unspecified heart episode, probably due to the heat. The man's blood pressure was like 86 over 44, so yeah, his heart was still in trouble when I got him there, and they sent him over to the ER. So these good Christian folks who were praying over their meal watched my husband and laughed at him. I mean, the saying is, serious as a heart attack. Well, he collapsed with a heart attack on their floor, and they just passed by him, and then the one man laughed at him. So, you know, I'm just going to say that's not what Jesus would do. He told the story of the Good Samaritan. Who was the Good Samaritan? The one who stopped and helped the person. You know, not the people who passed by on the other side. Or definitely not the person who would laugh at you for having a heart attack because of the heat. So, you know, there are people who claim to be good Christians who have a lot of darkness in their lives. And God knows that. God knows the inner man. You know, you can show everybody what you think you should be showing people, but He knows you inside. And He knows whether you're right or if you're not right inside. And there are a lot of people going around who are not right inside. You know, I gave my husband a piece of advice he did not take, but, you know, if he did take that advice, he'd be owning this company now. But, you know, I have zero tolerance for folks who allow someone else to suffer. Because you should have enough compassion for your fellow human being. You know, I think any of these folks whose dog would have collapsed and had trouble breathing would have probably taken their dog to the, you know, 24-hour animal clinic. But a human being, no, couldn't be bothered, you know. Gee, we don't know what to do. Sorry. You know, we can't control the weather. Ha ha ha. Who does that? Only monsters in my book. But, you know, God will take that darkness out of your heart. He will take the darkness out of your life if you come to be with Him. So, if you're telling everybody, you know, what a great Christian you are, and you're praying over your meals, and you're walking past people having heart attacks and laughing at them for, you know, having heart attacks and saying you can't control the heat, that don't make you a very good person in my book, and I'm pretty sure it doesn't in God's either, because that's what Jesus said, is the one who was the good person, who was a brother to this person, was the one who helped him. So, you know, if you're not right on the inside, you might want to get that way, because God knows the difference. He sees the inward man, whereas people only see the outward. So if you're putting on this great show of what a great Christian you are, going to church and you know, praying before your food at the Chick-fil-A or whatever, make sure that on the inside you're straight, and you are being a brother to all of your human kind and animal kind and anything else you come across that needs something. You know, again, like the shirts and stickers my kids had coming up when they were in church, WWJD. And that is from the Bhagavad Gita. So, you know, that is from a Hindu thing. So, you know, even they know that there's a difference between what you show and what you really are. And God knows for sure. Think about it. Please like and share this wisdom so we can spread it around the world. If you want to help me out, subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you want to help me out even more, go to my Patreon page and become a patron. The link to that is in my posts. Thanks for watching. That's all for now. Until next time.